This is it, what? Cohiba lit, what? We got that yak up in the cup and getting bent, what? Put some smoke in the air, this your shit, what? And raise your glasses if everything classic. This is it, what? That Chiba lit, what? You got some drink up in your cup and getting bent, what? So put some smoke in the air, this your shit, what? And raise your glasses if everything classic. Stogie light in it.
You were tuned in to G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on in. Now, I was on the website Boxing News 24. Big shout out to them. And there was an article listed with Oscar De La Hoya. And we all know what Oscar De La Hoya is, hit or miss in terms of what he's going to say, what he's going to do. But he basically said in the interview that Devin Haney needs to raise his profile to get a shot at Ryan Garcia. And some stuff that I hear or read, I gotta like hear it or read it a second time. I'm like, he didn't say that. I'm like, let me read this again. So I read it again and I'm like, nah, that's what he said. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, now it's one thing to be a promoter and you're promoting your guy. Sometimes you have to embellish. Sometimes you have to put your guy in a light they may not necessarily deserve to be in or they are actually in. But Oscar De La Hoya sometimes just goes way overboard with it. Like, he goes way overboard with it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm on record saying that I don't think Devin Haney is a real champion at 135 pounds. Like, if you became a champion via email, Yahoo, Google, Gmail, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't consider you a champion. He's a really good fighter. He's one of my favorite young fighters. Don't get it twisted. But I don't think that he's a legit champion at 135 pounds. Like, he didn't earn the belt in the ring. Like, bottom line. So it was crazy for Oscar De La Hoya to really say that, because I'm like, both of these guys are trying to establish their resumes basically in the same pace, in the same pattern. Both of them guys got big time fights coming up. Ryan Garcia has Javier Fortuna. Big shout out to Ryan Garcia for even taking that fight. That's a tough fight. And Devin Haney has a fight coming up with Jorge Linares, and that's a really tough fight if the old Jorge Linares shows up. But the fact that Oscar De La Hoya said that Devin Haney has to raise his profile to get a shot at Ryan Garcia, like, it's just absolutely crazy. I mean, what does he mean by profile? Like, his boxing profile? Like, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia has the same type victories. They have the same type resume. Ryan Garcia got a big win over Luke Campbell, but he fought Luke Campbell to get a shot at the belt Devin Haney has. So I don't get it. The quote unquote profile. Are you talking the Twitter profile? You talking the Instagram profile? Like, you talking Facebook profile? What profile are you talking about? If you're talking about social media profile, Devin Haney's never gonna get there. He's never gonna get there. Like, Ryan Garcia is just one of those social media guys. It's kind of like Jake Paul. Like, he just has a lot of followers. But for Oscar De La Hoya to say that, and Oscar De La Hoya was a guy that fought any and everybody when he was in the sport, and he has one of the best resumes of all time in terms of just taking on different types of opponents and different names at different aspects of his career. Like, you can never say Oscar De La Hoya ducked anybody, but the way he promotes himself, you know, when he was a fighter, is not the same way he's promoting his guys, you know, as a promoter. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's talking all business stuff when it comes down to Ryan Garcia. He was talking all business stuff when it came down to Canelo Alvarez. He was talking all business stuff when it come down to Virgil Ortiz, like, and all his other guys. Like, the way he operated as a fighter is the same way. It's not the same way that he's operating as a promoter. You know what I'm saying? So it was really crazy to read the comments. I wasn't surprised by the comments, just because with Oscar De La Hoya, like I said, you just don't know what you're gonna get from out of him. And to be a promoter, you know, the owner of a promotional company, and it's pretty well known that you don't have a lot of stability just from a personal level. It's hard to handle business when you don't have stability on a personal level. And it's just, I just want to see Oscar just improve in that aspect. It's hard to convince fighters to put their career in your hands when you're not stable on a personal level. But that's another story for another day. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.